Have public comment.
My name is Donna Comer. I live at 242 Hackney Ridge in Birchley, Virginia. I am here to talk about, since I've been coming to these meetings, I have sat and I have watched the rescue squad, I have watched the fire department beg you guys for things that they need. I also know that our county is $400,000 into debt. We have no budget. But you guys say we're broke, but you're still spending money. And I may be wrong. Last meeting you gave your county people, which they deserved a raise, they deserved a bonus, but you also gave them a holiday pay that even the federal or state government does not got. Good Friday holiday. All the county people got that. How did that benefit the whole county? And where does that money come from? And how many of you, and I'm not allowed to ask questions, I'm only asking my own self, standing here asking questions. How did that benefit all of Dickinson County? And how many of you guys has got people working on the county, in the county, that you gave that holiday to? But you want to raise, but you guys want to raise our taxes, but you're spending money that we don't even have a budget for yet. And I can't see where it's benefiting nobody here yet. And that's what I've got to say. But you guys did vote in a holiday, an extra holiday, that you don't even know what your budget is. Can we afford it? Evidently we can, but you're going to raise our taxes to help pay for that. But the government didn't give their people nothing. But and I know you guys do your best, but sometimes you got to sit back and you're going to have to think about a few things. This is Dickinson County. Our coal money's not going to be here. We're going to have to go somewhere else. Our rescue squads can't even afford to even pay their people. And as the Bible says, the man's worthy of his work. You have to pay him. So these people's working for free. Why should they? And one of these days, one of your families is going to be there, and they ain't going to be there. Because I've been in that situation before. And I've been up here at this ER watching family members bring in family members that the ER couldn't get to them. And you guys really need to really think about how you're spending your money and cut your budget before you start asking the public here to start giving you money.
Thank you, Donna. Donna, I said zero. I have a daughter-in-law that does work in the commissioner's office, but she has been there since back in the 80s, and she was there before I ever got on the board, so. I do have a daughter-in-law that works in the commissioner's office.
I do not have anyone that works for the county in my family. I appreciate what all of you had to say, and I know you're very passionate for what you have to say. We have not raised taxes. We have not set a tax levy yet. We have not raised your taxes. You're passionate, and I appreciate your passion. I listened to every word all of you said. And I understand my taxes it's unbelievable too. But we all five are very concerned about and I know they are too, very concerned about our citizens in Dickinson County. And I've lived here all my life, and I know that people have a hard time and that the employment rate is not good, and our coal has been crippled. But as of yet, since I've been on this board, this is my second term, we have kept the tax rate at the same rate every year. We've not raised your taxes, and we do not intend, if I vote, I don't intend to see that your taxes are raised. Yes, we have to, by state law, do a reassessment every 6 years. It's mandatory that we do that. We didn't say, we want you to do it and raise everybody's assessment. My assessment went up something like $70,000
Ms. Les, let's see if anyone else has public comment. Does anyone else have public comment? Yes. And please,
Terry Bartley.
get permission.
I live at Hayside, Virginia on Big Ridge Road, 569 Wagon Trail. I work with Hayside Rescue Squad, and I've been trying to keep you all updated on what's going on with our squad, where we swap the billing companies. Well, this past Sunday, I laid every member off at our squad. We no longer have a paid employee down there. We are going to cover calls. The members asked me if they could volunteer and cover them for a while. I told them, yeah, and I'm going to volunteer right with them. If they're good enough to do that, I'm going to do it with them. But right now, we don't have a paid employee. This week, I told Laurie earlier, I told Richie and Chris last night at that meeting in Hayside, we had $361 come in from the billing company. Today, I got 2 more checks, totaled a little over 900. And that's all we've had come in the past 2 weeks. I even informed Laurie that if our county lawyers could, I would like for him to give them a call and see what's going on. But this was supposed to be in 30 to 45 days when we swapped billing companies, and it's been almost 5 months. And we're still not getting back even make payment.
Thank you.
Terry, if you and I could get together, I've called twice, 2 days in a row, I've called and left a message for them. I can't get nobody, and I've left a message, and they've not called back. Maybe if we could get together and try to call, I don't know if they just won't call me or I'm not on the account or whatever, but if we get together and call sometime tomorrow, holler at me in the morning or something,
I'm
we'll
up
get
for
together.
tomorrow, I'll run by your office.
That's
Madam
fine.
Chairman, may I ask
Wait,
a
we get
question?
together.
Yes, please.
Terry,
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
On the billing, how much are they behind on what they owe you? Do you know?
I can
Just a
tell you,
roundabout figure?
I got a text from them this week. On Medicare alone, we're supposed to have $3,900 coming. Blue Cross Blue Shield, we should have $5,200 coming. Medicaid, $1,500. And AARP, $4,800. We do not bill the patient. We send 3 bills because law says we have to. They don't have to pay it when we don't pursue it. All we ask is whatever the insurance will pay. And I think technically we're not even supposed to tell people that, but I will try to get the message across to people.
All right, thank you, Terry.
Not a problem.
Also, if anyone in the public wants to make a comment, they can call 276-333-0357 and make a comment over the phone.
Madam Chair, we are having some trouble with our stream right now. Point Broadband was out. Does it come back in, Adam?
No, it's not.
Still out.
Oh, we're sorry, our internet is
I'm recording
down.
the meeting locally though, so I can upload it to YouTube later if our internet stays out.
Okay. So they can still call in?
They can't call in we use voice over IP for the phone line, so.
Okay.
If anyone else has a question for me, I'll try to answer the question again.
Does anyone else have public comment at this time?
Well, if y'all's microphone's off or what's up here, but I can hardly hear anybody. Is it just me in the room that can't hear?
No, I can't hear.
Thank you. I tried to borrow one of his hearing aids. My name's Chris Comer. I live at 242 Hackney Ridge Road in Birchleaf, Virginia. And this is an ongoing thing that I want to address tonight. I believe it was back in February that I addressed, I would like to see, Mr. Sturgill read the rules of the meeting and public comment. And I addressed back in February, I'm pretty sure it was, because last meeting I spoke with Larry and Mr. Sturgill about this. I brought it up before our meeting. And it's the fact that I think that the rules need to be amended, that the public can ask questions. This gentleman back here, you broke the rules. My wife broke the rules, and I've been guilty of the same thing. It's hard to get up here and address what you need to and never ask nobody a question. if you respect the rules. And it's easy to do. The point of the matter is, it was mentioned last night in a meeting at Hayside, no names, of course, but it was mentioned that, well, this could drag on. No, we've got 3 minutes to speak, and all we want is to ask the question. You know, if nothing else, limit it to one question per speaker, okay? You all, it would be no different if I was setting up our Richard or any of the rest of you. You all work for your district and for the county. You all work for us, the people, and actually for your own family. And the thing of it is, folks, is we should be able to ask the question. You know, we deserve to know an answer to our questions. I'd made the comment back in February. Well, then I addressed those two gentlemen last meeting, and I asked last night about if it had been addressed to their knowledge, and it was no. So the point of the matter is we can get up here and make our comments every month if we choose to do so, or whenever we come, but where did it go? What happened with it? You know, that ain't good. Honestly, it ain't good. And I ain't throwing mud, I ain't trying to tear nobody down, but it just ain't right. I'd appreciate it. And by the way, when I sat down, and Miss Rhonda, I ain't just trying to get brownies, but I appreciate you commenting on what some of them said. That's good. We need feedback. Communication's a two-way street, folks. It ain't, you'll speak when I tell you to, and you'll sit down. You know what I mean? We need to be able to communicate, folks. That's very important. And the people of the county has got questions. And y'all's on the hot seat. You chose to do so, and we put you in there. That's the way it is, ain't it? That's all I got to say, and I appreciate you. But I would appreciate some feedback, not only from what I got to say, but everybody else that stands up here.
Mr. Combs, the reason we don't answer your questions while you're talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Is we take your 3 minutes.
Right.
And we ask
Okay.
not to take your 3 minutes.
Good.
But I have been asking each of the board members if they want to respond to the speaker. I've been asking them individually. I take them one at a time, so that everybody's not speaking at the same time. So, wait till after public comment, and then I'll ask if any of them has, okay?
Thank you.
Anyone else have public comment? Okay. If not, Mr. Hall, do you want to respond to any of the comments?
That was a lot. As Rhonda said, as far as the taxes go, as of right now, your taxes have not went up. Your property value went up. Taxes have not. And yeah, we can cut out the swimming pool. We can cut out all the activities that the county provides. But we still have to fund schools, fire rescue, social services. I mean, there's so many things that we have to fund. And these activities, these kids, there's a mental health crisis. And some of these activities help mitigate that, gives them something to do. So I would hate to cut all those activities out for these kids that participate in that. I know my kids have participated in the swimming pools and stuff like that. I know we got a splash pad, so that's going to offer some relief through the summer and an activity for some kids. There's a benefit to it. Whether we want to pay for it, I guess some of us don't. Yeah.
Mrs. Kaiser,
I
would you
don't
like to
know.
speak?
It is tough. Very, very, very tough to decide what to fund, what not to fund, and where to cut and not cut. And I mean, those are really difficult decisions, and we do the best we can. Public comment, we can respond. You do your 3 minutes, and we do have the option to respond back to you if we have anything to ask, and then, you know, there's a back and forth option there for that. I don't think we need to get into
Controversy.
back and forth, just, you know,
One-on-one.
kind of like we've had previously, you know, that we got to kind of mitigate that a little bit. So, but there is an opportunity for us to do a back and forth conversation and questions.
Let me get Ms. Kaiser.
I thank all of you all for coming, for being a part and wanting to give a public comment. We need to hear that. We need to know your thoughts. And to agree with my fellow board members on the tax assessments, you know, with COVID and everything having gone up, the tax reassessment time came at a sad time when everything was up, and I think that was one of the reasons that things may have went up. But we have not set the tax rate. We are hoping that we can cut it from 60 cents on 100, but we don't know how much because we don't have the tax books back. And there's nothing we can do until we get that. And most time it's already set by now, but we're running late in that. And I'm sure the commissioner can agree to that we are pushing deadline with the next taxes going out to be due by June 5th, and we're pushing, and we know that. We just want to be here to help everybody. I will agree, the only family member that I have employed is not employed by Dickinson County Board or Dickinson County. I have a daughter that's employed by the Dickinson County Schools. She was not a recipient of the holiday pay, even though the school got that day off. They was off that weekend. But I have another daughter employed, but she's employed by the state. She works in the county, but she's employed by the state. So by me voting for that, and we all like to try to represent that that's a biblical holiday to give people a good day off, you know, and that, but I understand y'all's concerns and stuff, and appreciate you making your comment about it. And we like, you know, it's hard to go one-on-one. If you ask a question and we answer, you got another question, we got another answer. These could go on and on and on, and as you all know, on some board meetings in the last 4 years had gotten pretty out of hand at times. But I make notes